guys would line up like basically to take a ticket to sit and talk with my dad. It was crazy. Like the man, I don't know how he did it. To this very day, I still don't know how the fuck he did it.
Mm.
The man was so gifted when it came to uh, that life. A lot of people like to make fun saying, well, he couldn't have been too sharp if they took him, you
Nah,
know.
that's untrue.
Yeah,
That's
it's
untrue.
Yeah,
untrue.
I
We will
agree.
go
I
around a little
agree.
bit, but that's untrue.
Yeah. Look, one thing that I have not said, and I'll say it here for the first time publicly, um, I myself believe that my dad knew it was coming when he that gentleman, we don't like to talk about other creators, but
Yeah.
this gentleman I like his show, the Mooney Dash Cam.
Moon Dashcam, big fan.
Yeah,
Big
big
fan.
fan.
Shout out to Moon.
Yeah, yeah, yes, definitely. The kid is does his homework,
Yeah.
and
He
he's
just
so respectful.
he
Just
just
drove by the
he
house
just
where
drove by
the
the house.
incident
Yeah.
happened, which is crazy.
And guys, let me tell you, I've been back to New York a handful of times, and I have never, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I've never even gave it a second thought
To go there,
to
right?
go past the actual house,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
in which it happened. So when I saw that video, someone had sent it to me. When I saw it, guys, I'll be honest with you. And again, here's another thing people make fun of me for, um, because I show my emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and what a lot of people don't understand, everybody latches on to the name Wild Bill, Wild Bill, Wild Bill, Wild Bill. But, Wild Bill was also slash a
Dad,
father.
Right.
father, dad,
Yeah,
pops, papa, the whole bit. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they don't like to think of it that way. One thing I always make sure, and I've done this on my little brother's show, Chris, FBS, Tom,
Yeah.
you know who he is.
Yeah.
I'll always keep it 100. You
Yeah.
know, yes, I love my dad. I adored my dad. Yes, he did a lot of good things. Yeah, he did. But he was a bad man. Like in that life, like he was feared,
Yeah.
you know, by a lot of men that we know today as killers.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they won't admit it, but I do know that there was a saying back in the day when I was on the street, and I've been to quite a few sit downs with him, um, where the conversation would be, "You don't want to sit down with Wild Bill. You'll never win." And I've had sit downs with some major guys that I sat in on, where my dad represented me, and these other cats that I was sitting down with, they had their representatives there, and I never lost.
Love it. Now,
Never lost.
one thing I want to do, Bill, also is want to show the evolvement, or I shall say the devolvement, where if you look
Hmm.
at the history, as you know, Italian Americans, Cosa Nostra kind of presented some utility at some point. It was a career path for certain people in certain cities, whether north end Boston or Bensonhurst or Arthur Avenue, the Bronx, wherever, right? In Italy, that's why the Camorra exists by kind of grooming younger guys that are in need.
Yeah.
But whether you listen to Francis or whoever, the golden age, we could all agree, I think for the most part, for Cosa Nostra was like from the 60s probably to the 80s, right? And then we'll get into the
80s. Yeah.
time for a second, right? So what Cosa Nostra did your father step into in the 80s versus the Cosa Nostra, you stepped into in the 90s? How quickly did it devolve? And